Welcome back to another riveting episode of Sweet Tea After Dark. I'm Holly,
And I'm Pearl.
and guess what?
Chicken butt.
Yes, we got another listener submission. Thank you so much. We are
Woot.
so excited. That means more of you need to come in because they're trickling very slowly, but
Just in the nick of time.
really, because I'm like, what am I going to do? I need to come up with a story, and then boom, this one just lands in our lap. Here it is.
Hello.
Yes. So tonight's story, he does want to stay anonymous.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, it's a boy.
Yeah, last time it was a girl.
I know. Like, this one's cool. Somebody's like, I'm going to tell my story.
Hey.
So he went ahead and changed all of the names on his story because he didn't want to like put his friends on there. But he's like, everybody from my hometown pretty much knows who is who. So if anybody's listening and lives in St. James Parish, Louisiana, and Gramercy, Louisiana,
they're going to be like,
like,
wait a minute.
I've heard this story and I know who that is. Mm-hmm. But that would be cool if somebody does hear your story. So we are changing his name to Ben. So this one is for you, Ben. I'm going to read it almost exactly how it was sent to me. So like I said, the names have been changed. We have the location, and this is what Ben wrote. I've never told this story publicly before. People in Gramercy know pieces of it. They remember that Mason disappeared. They remembered he came back different. But nobody really talks about what happened in that field on that night.
I
was like, this one's going to be good. So it was 2014, back in the day. I say that, and it's just, it seems like yesterday, but it
12
really,
years ago.
12 years ago. It was late August, and it was right before harvest. So, they harvest the, there's tons and tons of sugarcane fields in like Gramercy, all in St. James Parish, because there's a huge sugar refinery there where they produce sugar. And my dad used to work maintenance at that sugar plant. So
crazy, yeah, small world.
Right. And there are like fields and fields of sugarcane. They're just like thick with sugarcane. And they harvest. And then after they harvest, there's a certain time that you do not want to go through there because they burn the fields off. And it is like, it's like driving through thick fog.
Is it gross. Stinky?
It is. It is. I don't see like people that live out there. I'd be like, I have to go on vacation during this time. See you later. So, like I said, it was right before harvest. It was me, Mason, Tyler, and Brett. We were 18, 19, both all around that age. We were bored, stupid in a way that teenagers are when they don't think anything bad can really happen to them. I mean, we've all been there.
Yeah. We've been there as stupid young adults, not necessarily teenagers.
Right, but we've been there. So we rolled up to the quick stop off of Airline to get some snacks, and Tyler ended up stealing a cheap bottle of whiskey. I was like, bleh. Of all things, whiskey, yuck.
Tyler,
shame on you. We thought we were slick. Looking back, that part bothers me the most, not because of the liquor, but because of what it set in motion. We didn't want to drink anywhere obvious, small town. Everybody knows everybody. So Tyler said, let's just go out by the cane. So there's a long stretch off of Highway 44 where the refinery lights glow behind the fields, and there's nothing but rows and rows of thick sugarcane. If you've ever been down there at night, you know how dark it gets once you turn your headlights off. It's the kind of dark that feels heavy. Because without like the refinery lights, like everything is just pitch black. So we parked on a gravel turnout and killed the engine. The crickets were loud. The river air felt heavy. You could smell the cane. It was like sweet and green and damp. Like it had that certain smell to it. And it was August. It was hot.
So hot and dark.
Right.
Sweaty.
And at first it was normal. We were drinking, we were laughing, joking around and passing the bottle, talking big like boys do.
Mm-hmm.
Then Brett said we should walk into the rows of sugarcane. Just a little bit, just to say we did. Because, everybody's like, don't go in there at night, People always heard things that would happen.
Not to mention, when there's that much field, it's so easy to get lost in anything that grows tall.
Like, think of it if you've ever been to a corn maze. Like, you actually have paths that you can go on. There's no paths. Like, you're going to get lost in there. Yeah. So, I really didn't want to. Mason didn't either. But nobody wanted to be the one who said no.
Of course not. Right. You don't want to be the one picked on.
Right. And you're drinking, so you got a little liquid courage.
Mm-hmm.
So the first few steps weren't scary, just tight. The cane brushed our shoulders, and the leaves, kind of cut our forearms a little bit. They were, because it's scratchy. Those leaves are real scratchy, and if, you're not careful, they can, slice you a little bit. But about 20 feet in, everything got really, really quiet. Very muffled.
That's also why you get lost.
Yes. The sounds from the road disappeared behind us. We, we're kind of looking around. Nobody had a flashlight, but Tyler had a phone, so he turned his phone light on. You couldn't really see far in any direction, so, every row looked the same. And that's when we heard something move. It wasn't slow. It was fast. It was about one row over from us. The cane started shaking really hard, and it ran parallel to where we were standing. Tyler laughed and said that one of us was messing around, but we were all literally just standing still. I remember feeling that shift when your stomach drops because your brain realizes something before you say it out loud. Then it happened again. Running. Fast. But here's what didn't make sense. When we started moving through the cane, we had to kind of push it aside. It scraped and snapped back, and everything. But whatever was next to us didn't sound like it was pushing. It sounded like it was gliding. Mason said, real quiet, let's go back. So we turned around, at least we thought we did, and that's when it moved behind us, close enough that the cane brushed my arm from the other side of the row. So we started, fast walking, real fast, and it matched us. We started jogging. It matched us again, it was keeping pace with them. Then Tyler yelled, "Run!" and everything fell apart. You can't really run in sugarcane. You trip, you get cut, you lose direction immediately. I remember hearing Brett fall. I grabbed someone's shirt, I don't know whose, and the whole time the cane next to us was moving too. Not crashing, not stumbling, just keeping pace. It was just as they were running.
Crazy.
Then we realized Mason wasn't behind us anymore. We stopped and called his name. Nothing. Then from deeper in the field, we heard him scream. I don't know how to explain that scream. It sounded like him. It was his voice. But it didn't sound like he was yelling to us. It sounded like he was fighting something. We ran toward it, and then it stopped. Just stopped. No movement. No sound. I swear on my life, the cane wasn't even rustling in the wind. So we made the worst decision we could have made. We split up. But, fear doesn't make you smart.
No.
At all.
Fear makes you do a lot of dumb stuff.
And alcohol makes you do even dumber stuff.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I'd be sober. I'd be scared straight.
Right, exactly. So I don't know how long I was running before I hit open air. It felt like forever, but it couldn't have been more than like 5-10 minutes. We didn't come out where we went in. We weren't even near the truck. We walked the road until we found a house with a porch light and pounded on the door like animals. The police came. Search crews came. Mason's parents came. We literally searched all night. Nothing. Could not find Mason anywhere. So day 2, it was light. They had search and rescue, police, dogs, everything out there. Nothing. And our truck was there where we parked. Nothing. By day 3, people were like whispering that maybe he ran away, maybe that they were lying, maybe something, they were covering something up. All the things that police come up with, like, oh, well, what really happened? Where's
damn
Mason?
kids.
Yeah, what did y'all do to him?
Yeah.
So late afternoon on the 3rd day, as we were all standing out there just trying to like figure out our next move, Mason walked out of the cane like not even 50 feet down from us. Barefoot, sunburnt, shirt torn. He was dehydrated, but not as near as bad as he should have been.
So he comes out a hot mess.
Yeah. 3 days later.
Oof.
He didn't cry when he saw us. He didn't hug anyone. He just kept looking back at the field. That's so scary. At the hospital, he didn't talk much, but he said a few things I'll never forget. He said it followed him after we split up. He said it stayed in the rows beside him. He said it didn't sound tired, even though he kept, like running and like losing his breath. It just kept up with him. And then he said something that still wakes me up at night. He said, it started calling y'all using my voice.
Ew.
Because we all heard him scream that night, every one of us. But when we tried to compare what he yelled, none of us agreed on the words. So it was like mimicking his voice, I guess.
And it seems like they all heard something
yeah.
different.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mason never slept right after that. I wouldn't either. Poor Mason.
I don't know if I'd sleep at all.
He would wake up saying something was standing at the end of his bed. He wouldn't describe it. He just said it was tall and that it didn't move the way people move. Within a month, Mason had a full breakdown. Doctor said it was trauma, acute psychosis, and sleep deprivation because he wouldn't sleep because he kept seeing things. So he was admitted for a while. There's something else I didn't tell anybody for a long time. When Mason was admitted, they kept him in Baton Rouge for observation. His mom asked me to visit because he wouldn't talk to his parents. He barely talked to anyone at the hospital. The first time I saw him in that hospital, he didn't look crazy. He just looked tired.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone who hadn't slept in weeks. He kept staring at the corner where the wall met the ceiling, not dramatically, not panic, just watching. I asked him what happened in the field, and he didn't answer right away. Then he said something that didn't make sense at the time. He said, it wasn't chasing me. I asked him what he meant. He said, it was hurting me. Like, I thought he was confused or delusional. So, because it kept moving beside them, it herded him away from everybody else and singled him out. But then he told me something that made my stomach drop. He said, after we split up, he ran until he couldn't breathe anymore. And every time he tried to change direction, the cane would start moving in front of him. Not behind him, not beside him, like in front. So it cut him off.
Yeah, it was like blocking him from going that way.
Like it was trying to steer him somewhere. He said, I never saw a face. I never saw eyes. It was just like tall and like dark figure and movement. And once he thought he saw the top of something above the cane, like it was taller than the stalks. But then he said the worst part wasn't the running. It was when it stopped moving. He said at some point in the night, everything went still. There were no insects, no wind, no hum from the refinery in the distance, just silence. And then he heard his own voice calling out from somewhere to his left. It was just like calling his friends' names, like trying to get them into the field. He said, I wasn't yelling. I was standing still. But he could hear his own voice shouting for help over and over. Like it was trying to pull someone deeper in.
It was luring more people.
Yeah. The hospital staff told us auditory hallucinations are common with trauma and that the brain can fracture memory. That fear can replay your own voice in ways that feel external, and maybe that's true. Like they're trying to scientifically diagnose it. But a nurse reported that Mason was sleepwalking at night. They found him standing at the end of his room, facing the hallway, just standing there, no expression. When the nurse asked what he was doing, he wouldn't answer. He whispered something instead. She wrote it down in his chart because she thought it was part of the delusion. And what she wrote down, he kept repeating, wrong row, over and over, wrong row. Like he was correcting someone or warning someone or guiding someone. So the doctors ended up like giving him medication, adjusting it here and there. And he stopped sleepwalking. He stopped talking about the field. But he never, he finally got out. Like, I guess the medicine was kind of helping his brain. But he never stepped foot near the sugarcane again. And neither did we.
I guess not.
In Gramercy, people don't say that. They say the cane got him. I don't know what happened in that field. Maybe we scared ourselves into seeing patterns where there weren't any. Maybe it was the cheap whiskey. Maybe there was someone out there and we panicked and they were playing a prank. Or maybe Mason's mind couldn't handle being lost in the dark. But I know what I heard moving beside us. I know it kept pace without breaking the cane the way we did. And I know Mason was gone for 3 days in the Louisiana heat and didn't look like someone who had fought through rows the whole time. I don't go near the cane at night anymore. Most people around here don't. Not because we think it's haunted, but because sometimes land isn't empty just because you can't see anything in it. And sometimes fear isn't the only thing running beside you. Dang, Ben. That's scary.
Yeah.
I have often seen that sugarcane at night. I would never.
I would not. No.
I wouldn't even go in a cornfield at night.
That's what I was about to say. I don't care what you're growing. If it's above my knees, I ain't getting in it.
Right. I mean, remember the time we went to the haunted corn maze at night?
Yes.
That was scary enough.
Yeah, and we were there to be scared.
Right.
And I was just like,
yeah.
We'll do that during the day.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you're lost in the unknown, and you're like,
not just that.
Which way do I go?
I've seen Children of the Corn one too many
times.
Yes,
that too. Absolutely.
Seen it, read it. Ooh.
But thanks so much, Ben, for submitting your story to us. And it was a creeper.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I liked it.
Most of that I read like verbatim, so it was very well written. Thank you so much.
So, again, I encourage you all to not fear it. Just share it.
Just share it. Yep.
And you can send your story to holdmysweetteapodcast@gmail.com.
Yep. And we're still waiting on Patty's story.
Yeah. Patty, where's your story? This is how we check and see if you're still listening.
That's right. So when you text and go, I'm getting it. Hold on.
Calm down.
Yes.
We're demanding.
Yep. And we did make our 7,500 download goal last week.
Yeah, that was exciting.
And we got a little boost there. So our next goal is 10,000. So we're so excited.
We have 115 YouTube subscribers.
Oh my gosh.
So
it's getting bigger.
I on purpose didn't check for a while because I was checking so much. I was like, stop it.
Yeah, you're like, when is it going to move?
So, and then our listener who moved, Andrea, made a little comment on one of our YouTube shares too. And I was like, oh, looky. So I responded to her.
Yes.
Thanks for continuing to listen, Andrea.
Yes. And also, I know you got a story. Submit it.
Yeah, send us your story.
We want to hear it.
For sure. So y'all get busy typing. And now, as always, Sweet Tea After Dark is also a Psycho Drunken Bee production. Y'all keep sending in your stuff. And just because we're good nighting doesn't mean you can't keep frightening.
Bye.
Bye.